Show us your tips. Daggy and Beaver back with you. Just having a good old chat off air. But we'll do talk some racing now. In the meantime, what's cracking, mate?
Oh, mate, just living large and ready to get into a little bit of form, and hopefully the good weather outside now will see some good racing for the weekend.
Beautiful day in Sydney, so I imagine we're just going to get dead in the old. Rail is in it is day 2 of the championship. Let's talk about that first. Rail in a 4 metre from the 1400 to the winning post 3. The remainder, I think it's going to. I've treated it as fair. We might just watch for up the inside there, but it played surprisingly well last week, so let's hope for the same tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to approach it. I think you've got to assume fair. It was pretty fair last start, and therefore I can't see any reason why not.
Beautiful. Let's kick off with the Fernhill Mile listed race for the 2-year-olds. How are you going to start the day here?
Yeah, probably one of the trickier races on the day here with the kicking off here. I'm going to go for Miss Willinga from the Lees stable. I think it's been racing in the Group 2, Group 3 company, only a couple of lengths off the winners there. And I think now it gets to the right race here, suited by the mile, been hitting the lines quite stoutly. I think with the gate 2 draw can get nice posse and be hard to beat.
Awesome. The same form line. I'm going to go with the one that beat at home, though, Broadsiding, who was sat 3 wide in the lead up, the value, and just kept coming. I think Miles going to suit. Does get J-Mac on, so all looks okay to me. One at a price, who I'm interested in, and I have something on, is Powers of Opal, John Sargent filly. Nice enough debut at Warwick Farm. Goes from Molly Burke to Mick D in his 50s. I think it'll eat up the mile. Might be one for the exotics. But I think that's the right form line. Broadsiding and Miss Buslinger, predominant chances here. The second is the South Pacific Classic for the 3-year-olds. A good race, and I'm again going to spec one here at a big price, actually. And it's Amur, who went down south. It's currently, I can see $67 on my screen, but went down to Melbourne. Didn't have the best of luck there. Has been gelded since and trialled really well since that. For the sake of a couple of bucks each way, I'm happy to find out one more time there. I thought Port Lockroy comes up from Canberra. It was pretty good as well at a price, and better for that run. And what's next? I was sort of against Roderick, but maybe it was in the worst part of the track last time out. Razor's next best, I'd say, going okay. What have you made of this? Good little race.
Yeah, good little race. Plenty of chances here. You can back anything, but probably not with too much confidence. I've landed on 2. I found it hard to split. Kadinsky Abstract, I thought could run really well. Really liked the resumption there. Waller trained, got home nicely, beating Shines, was well backed in the market and finished off that race quite nicely. I think the draw suits here. And prior to that, last preparation, ran some nice races against the likes of Brave Mead and Better Company in Archo Nacho. So I think it has a good chance at double-figure odds. And I think you can't go back past Razors as well. Third up here. Both runs have been nice. I thought it was a pretty good run last up behind a very good Gringotts. Only a length behind Gringotts there. Again, I think it'll be in the finish.
Yeah, both those races, this prepper just sort of got away from it. I think back to 3-year-olds. Sets up pretty well for Razors, so good shout there. The third is the Provincial Championships final, 1,400 metres, and possibly the low-key race of the day. I thought this is a cracky race. I don't quite know who I'm going to... Well, I know I'm going to tip on top. I don't know if I found the winner, but I reckon there's a good 7 or 8 chances you could be entertained by Beaver. Who have you found, though?
I've got 2 again here, which I found hard to split. I'm probably going to go just with the little bit of better value and the better draw, but I'm going for Willinga Freefall. Again, third up here, gets the service of J-Mac, and it powered home at Newcastle last start behind a horse that's got some ability in Tirramata. It got way back and flew and didn't need it much further there to win. I really like that run, and I think it's got improvement here, just about at the double-figure odds. Hardest to beat Tabby Time. Draw worries me a little bit in gate 16. Had me a little bit nervous, but I think it's a horse with some potential. And again, third up here, cherry ripe for this.
That horse that has ability is here, Terramata. And I was looking at those two, I think it's the right race. But the fact Terramata did beat at home, albeit with a fantastic ride, and is twice the price. I'm going to put it on top. I think it's possibly the right form line. So I thought they were the two chances. Willinga Freefall, as you said, gets J-Mac. And Shadows of Love is flying, a clear danger, who comes off some proper Metro stuff, went back and won its lead up, and I think just fits here, has some nice scalps on its record. But as mentioned, I could make cases here for Tavi Time, Straight Acer, Ruby Flyer. There's a few others as well, but that's the way I'll go. We'll hopefully get something out of that lead up from Newcastle. The fourth is the Percy Sykes Stakes 12-year-old 200-metre fillies race here, and the Golden Slipper winner backs up Lady of Camelot. I think we're only betting that it turns up, aren't we?
I think that's right. I think 250 is a fairly good price, wouldn't you have thought?
Yes, and I've just noticed it's fluctuating a little bit, but it's going to push forward. It's going to have the stablemate with it for company. It should have a lot of things in its favour, and the format of the Slippers stacked up last week with Traffic Warden and co. all coming out and running well again since. Yeah, it's on top. Don't have much
just
to say.
The weight pool, 59.
Yeah.
For a 2-year-old is the only risk, and it's probably why you're getting 250.
I might throw actually some complete fresh blood into an early quaddie, like more territories and maybe even Empress of Japan, both nice out wide wins. But that's it for me. I'll just stick with the Slipper winner here. Have you any other thoughts?
No, same.
The fifth is the Arrowfield, a Group 2 sprint. 1,200 metres for the 3-year-olds. Another good race. Which way have you gone?
Yeah, really good race here. Plenty of chances. I've settled on Swartz.
Yeah.
Bless me. Where'd that come from? I thought the first up run was pretty good, and was only beaten in the last couple of strides by Brave Mead, which has ability. Drops a little couple of kilos on that, gets the inside draw here, and I think it can run well again.
Go on the same lead up. I'm going to give another chance to Red Resistance, who was first up for a year and pretty good there, held on for fifth. We'll lead this up again with natural improvement. Might be a run early, maybe one more run before it's back with us, but 20s, I'll have something in it, and something on Corniche, who comes again through the Schwartz form line. I think they're the three in the race. You mentioned Schwartz already, but I'll look to cover those three, but predominantly the two at double figures. We've both gone against Osmosis. Are you thinking just too short?
Yeah, I just thought it was a little bit skinny in price. And, yeah, the first up run wasn't the greatest. So I just thought it might be worth taking on a little bit here. But who knows?
Yeah, I was sort of thinking the same thing. Just feels short to me, but I think jumped in the air last time out, so can slightly forgive that. Well, can forgive that one. The 6 is the Oaks, 2,400 metres, Group 1. Are they going to beat the Kiwi?
I won't be tipping it to get beaten. I think it's going to be super hard to beat here. That was impressive last start.
It's pretty soft, wasn't it, by the time?
It was like up. It looked to be a little bit of trouble down the straight, but as it's ground into its work, by the time it hit the line, it looked perfect. It was back 400, gets back out now. That run under its belt. I think it has lengths on these, and I think it should be winning. My horse for the Quinella would be Autumn Angel.
Yeah, very good last week.
It was good last start. Highly disappointed it didn't win, but it did carry the big weight and does drop 5 kilos and should run well.
Yeah, that's a Quinella for me too. I thought if I'm going to find a danger away from it, or not a danger, but the next best, I'd say Tutor La Vida might go forward and lead this, which puts it into a place spot. But I think this Kiwi's been very hard to beat, and I think Autumn Angel was very good last week, so we'll move on. The quaddie kicks off with the Group 1 Sydney Cup, 3,200 metres. And I'm gonna put Circle of Fire on top. I'm not overly enthused about it, but it just ate up the line last time out once it really got into its work. I don't particularly like these international jockeys coming here when they draw out wide and wander about the middle of the track. So that's my biggest concern. I think my best result in the race is going to be Serpentine, just because it's going to lead, come back in good order. It's going to have the stablemate riding Shotgun. I thought long and hard about putting it on top. So take that from that what you would. I thought So Dazzling was one of the best Raffies at 50s, just starting to work through line really well. And I think 3,200 will suit. This race throws up some big price winners most years. So I'll be looking at a couple of others for the quaddie when we get there. What have you seen?
Yeah, I got Circle of Fire as well. I think the $5 isn't a bad price. It did eat up the line, as you said, last start, just when it ground into its work. It's kept improving in all its runs here. You're right with the jockey, but let's hope it's the best horse and should be hard to beat. I was the same. I thought Serpentine was good again. It stays all day. It'll kick back. It'll keep fighting. So I thought it was a genuine exotics chance and mostly cloudy. I thought was similar. Gets up to third up now. Will stay all day and gets in with the lightweight.
The next Group 1 is the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, 2,000 metre weight for age. Who do you like?
Yeah, good race here. Couple of good ones. I'm going to go for Via Sistina on top. That was something, that last run. The way it let down, went past them pretty easily there and was going away from them, wasn't pushed out, and its overseas form too good to be true. There'll be pace on from Pride of Jenny, as we know. Maybe gets a little bit more its own way here, which might make it harder to catch, but I just think the other thing might be just better than it.
That's the race, yeah. I've got Via Sistina on top now. We've seen it in Australia. It's very impressive, and possibly the pace on suits it better because it wound them up off a pretty soft tempo last time out. Danger is Pride of Jenny. That was still a fantastic run in the Australian Cup. Now it's had the 2,000 metre run. That's a big tick. And you know it's going to be at the 200 and will just be whether the Via Sistina can reel it in. They're almost the only two I'm going to put in the quaddie. So
same.
That's it for me. The 9th is the girls, 1,600 metre Queen of the Turf Mile. And I'm looking at a good race again. Can't say I'm upset with the fields at all, but I just looked at the map and I thought it was pretty simple here. Tropical Squall is going to roll forward and lead. Gate 1, Zugotcha is just going to sit right on its back and only has to go around one horse. I think if it gets even luck, it'll win this again. It's a horse I generally want to take on, but I think she's come back in really good order. A Tissue is going to be Gate 2. It's going to be camping outside. It'll run second, and I think Samauna sits 1-1 and runs third. I think that's the first four pretty much. I'll throw Campionessa in. Oh, we'll talk about quaddie when we get there because there are other chances in a good race, but it looked purely map-based to me, a pretty ABC one to put together. But what did you think?
I thought the same. I thought it was an ABC. I just flipped them around. I'm going to go for a Tissue.
Yeah.
I just like the horse. A bit of a favourite of mine, so I'm just going to flip them around and hope that it's just a little bit too strong on the line. Like Blake Shin aboard, and there's not a lot between them, I don't think, and the Tissue provides just slightly more value.
What I like about
split here.
Absolutely. What I like about Blake Shin is that he won't waste Gate 2, like a lot of those runs where it's gone back. I think here he's going to just zot straight onto the back of those first couple, so makes it a live chance. Probably has the best sprint out of this race, to be honest. But anyway, the last is the Sapphire Stakes to wrap up, and I'm going to come home with the leader in the last. Red Card, Flying's gone back and had a trial since, bounces straight into pace, hopefully bounces all the way around and finishes first. Yeah, it was really easy to find, going really well. Anything for you?
Thought the same. It's a long tail to this race. I think clear on top, third up. You look at the dangers. Tashi's going good, but this is, I think, another little bit of a step up. Saltaire, not sure about second up, and seems to like to find a place. And outside of that, I don't think there's much left. So I think Red Card can control this race.
Beautiful. The quaddie on Championships Day 2, which I thought I'd written down, but I haven't. But let's see how we go. In the first leg, the Sydney Cup, 3 Ash Run, 7 Calipore, 8 Serpentine, 12 Circle of Fire, 13 Glentanius, 15 Mostly Cloudy, 6 So Dazzling. Second leg, Via Sistina and Pride of Jenny. Third leg, 1 A Tissue, 2 Zugotcha, 5 Samana, 9 Renaissance Women, who's now back from the 2000 and a big price. Tropical Squall, number 14. And did I mention the other one I said? I'll probably throw Campion Esri in mine just because probably should have won last start. The last is number 1 Red Card, number 4 Tashi, and that'll do me. Come Home Skinny. Throw number 7 Miss Hellfire in because I'd like Mickey D on my side. My best from Randwick will make it Lady of Camelot, race 4, number 1, I think. There it is. And value race 5, number 5, Red Resistance. What do you like, Beaver?
Yeah, my best bet comes up in race 8, number 8, Via Sistina. I think we'll be winning there. And my value bet is race 3, number 15, Willinga Beast.
Beautiful. Bendigo support card, as is tradition in the last few years, where the track is good, the rail is true, nice big straight, should mean everyone gets their chance. Some drizzle around today, but should all be okay come tomorrow. Kick off with the stayers, 2,400 metre benchmark, 78. What a way to start off, Beaver. Who do you like?
Yeah, look, I'm going to go with the winning form here in these types of races. I think that's the best way to go. Seems to be a horse improving. That's number 14, Divus Romulus. Got it on top. Main danger, number 13, Nishino Crescent.
I'm going to spec a couple at a price here because I think we need to in a race like this. Scared of the favourite, absolutely. But Claim the Crown, number 2, is going pretty well. Hasn't put in a bad run, drops in grade, worth an each-way ticket at double figures, and Nordic Pride now third up. Brings some really good Saturday Sydney form here, and I think it's now getting right out to its right distance and will run well at a price. The second is the Gold Rush for the 2-year-olds, 1,000 metres, and we won't spend long on this because I think Bold Bastille is going to jump lead win. I think Harper Lee you can forgive that Valley run and it can run the Quinella. That's all I've really got to say here.
I'm not going to add to it.
The third is a benchmark 70 over 1,300 metres. You got something to add here?
Yeah, I will. Tricky little race here. Another open race with plenty of chances. I just went for a couple around the double figure odds here. Presser resuming. I think he can run really well. Two first up runs, a win and a placing. I think he can run well fresh as well. And did some good work when last in prep. Behind some good horses like Rheinberg, Helix, Euphoric. They're all decent horses. Braden Star as well. So racing some good company. I think better than this. I think he can run well. And the ever-consistent Intrepid Eagle. I think he can run well as well. That was a nice little run last start at Sandown. Sat up on the pace. Gave a good sight. Again, can run well.
I expect Big Brew here. I know if you look at its form, it doesn't have a great 1,200 metre record, but that was all in a previous life. I think it's been fine last. That's true, but it's a short break. And at 20s, I'm just going to have a spec. I think it's a different horse to horse back there as a bike goes through Beaver's Lounge Room.
Yep.
We'll see. But we'll find out. Again, the claim as well. Probably a tick over run, but I'll have something in it. I'll also back Electric Impulse, who the form around Stormbolt and Vasia reads pretty well and fits this race nicely. And Beaver's covered off the other chances. The fourth,
I'll stay away from the 8-year-olds that haven't won in 6 starts first up.
Fair enough. The fourth is she 8 here? No, she's not. She's only 4. I'm tipping on here. Let's Be Frank Baby, who was a decent resumption, lightly raced mare actually, and
Good resumption.
On the Heath track there, really. But she's just a little winner. I think at $14 straight out to a mile suits. On top for me from Sunsource, who gets a massive drop in grade, where it's been going around in black type its whole life, and that was an okay resumption too. Both $14. I'll cover both each way. Jump out to this favourite, looked very impressive. So not knocking it, but just how I'm going to approach this. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I've gone for one other. I've gone for Tommy resuming. Mm-hmm. Got the wider draw here, but again, straight out to the 1,600 first up. Does get over for longer, but won a trial nicely by a couple of lengths. When last in work was flying, it went really good. First up, it's 2 out of 2. No reason it can't make it 3 out of 3.
Not at all. The fifth is the 1100 metre handicap. Who do you like here?
Yeah, I've gone for the favourite, Moby Dick. Both runs have been pretty good in a stable that's flying. Won its maiden very comfortably. Came out, franked that straight up to 64 grade and flew home. Put paid on quite easily there. I think the 1100 is fine, and I think it just wins this on top. Main danger to the top weight. Skybird resuming again. Great form. Has run well has won a Group 2.
This is a proper
which
horse,
is pretty
Skybird.
impressive.
Yeah.
And ran third behind Jolie's start in a Group 1. So interestingly, I know it's carrying 61, 10, giving some $10. I think you can't leave it out.
I'm backing it. I've got it on top. I think it's a top horse. As you said, great form. It towed up It's Me at shorter course as well. And I know Moby Dick's been ultra impressive, but it's another step up in grade. So, as you say, $10. This, I assume she might be going up to Queensland or something to resume here, but better things on the horizon for her. So I'm put her on top from Moby Dick. We've covered that race pretty well. I think they're the two key hopes. The 6 is another 1100 metres, benchmark 84. Your boyfriend's back in. Are you going to have one more crack?
Why wouldn't I?
I'm just asking, mate. I'm not knocking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to have a crack. I thought the resumption at Camelot was pretty good. Stero's come out and won again since then, I think. And it wasn't far off them. And I think it's an honest horse. I get that's ran a few more placings and wins, but this isn't an overly hard field, and they've taken it to Melbourne, Mars, so I think that's probably where it's well placed and gets into this quite nicely.
Has to win this or life, I've decided.
Yep.
So on top, I think is it me who I just mentioned actually is $11 main danger. Real good prep last time back, and fits into this race pretty well as well. First of the quaddie is the gold bracelet for the 4-year-old mares, 1,400 metres. Yeah, nice race, Beaver. Who do you like?
It is a nice little race. I'm going for Nunthorpe.
Yeah,
around the $7 mark. I think that's great value in a race like this. This sets up nicely for it. It's got the right draw in gate 6. Is carrying the 59, but it wasn't disgraced in listed company last start when it went to Morphettville after a nice second first up.
Again, I think pulled up lame because I backed it there. I think it was lame.
Yeah, I think that might be right. I don't see any reason it can't win this. This is a very open race, and got it on top.
Barely Rich on top. I think gate 1 scares the shit out of me, as it usually does. And no jokes about shits, Beaver. Thank you. But looked pretty other. It's going really well this prep, and I thought Bendigo would suit, but as I said, gate 1 is a slight concern. I suppose you've got to forgive Nunthorpe, and I think Cerilio Miss off a long breaks, which is why I haven't put on top, but best horse. Jump outs have been good, but, we don't get a lot of joy. Although one during the week of horses off, a year off plus. So that's why I've just haven't put it on top. The Bendigo Guineas is next, 1,400 metres. And just looking at scratchings here. I wanted to be against his favourite, but it does look a massive drop in grade for Roll and High. I thought it was a little bit ploddy last time out, but this isn't a good race. Like, this is a winter Saturday race at best. I think it should win, so it looks obvious to me. I'm scared of War Machine, who will ride the pace and has come back in pretty good order this prep. And I'll give certainly one more crack as well for my quaddie, just because I liked it last time out. It was a bit disappointing. But who have you lined up here?
Yeah, I went around Roll on High. I think you're right. It does look a drop in grade and can win, but I went for War Machine. Okay. I like the both runs, and I think there's natural improvement here. Moroney tends to pop up with these horses as they get out into these types of races. I got it on top, and I like the resumption of Elphinstone from the McAvoy stable at 16s. I think it's a genuine chance here and a nice little price.
Lovely. The Golden Mile is next. Shock me, it's over 1,600 metres. Who do you like here?
Good call. I've gone for one down towards the bottom in number 16, Euphoric.
Yeah.
Again, that was a nice resumption first up there. finishing 5th behind He's Our Bonneville. Got well back, almost last on the turn. Flew home only a length off them at Flemington over the 1400. I think the 1600 suits here, right draw, can be steaming home.
For 2 years, I've been waiting for a senior jockey on Frankie Pino. I get it tomorrow. It's going on top at $16. More for my insanity, but see how it goes. It's been good again every prep, but finally gets the little claimers off and we get Luke Curry on. Hopefully we'll be in the finish from Foxy Frida, who was a very good run in the Coolmore. Still get an each-way price, flopped out the back and hit the line pretty well. And agree with what you've said about Euphoric there. Nice find. The last is a 1400-metre benchmark 84. Looks a lovely kickoff point for Charlton Lane. Did some real good Sydney stuff last prep before heading down to Flemington. And just comes to a pretty suitable race. We're back in Winter Saturday Racing Company. I think Charlton Lane's slightly better than that. Gate 8 will be swooping by then, so it all looks ticks for me. Main dangers Bel Air and Extra 2, who have both hit their straps of late. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I've gone for Charlton Lane as well. Resuming here, I think it can be extremely hard to beat, and I've got it on top. And my old fave, Hennessy Lad, I think he can run well as well.
Beautiful. You've got your quaddie for Bendigo.
Why wouldn't I have one? First leg, race 7, in no particular order. Number 7, Bell et Ritchie. Number 4, Nunthorpe. Number 3, Papillion Club. And number 9, Fire of Etna. In the Guineas, I've gone number 8, Roll on High, number 12, War Machine, number 1, Sunshine in My Pocket, and number 17, Elphinstone. In the third leg, race 9, I've gone number 3, Foxy Frida, number 10, Belle Plaisir, number 16, Euphoric, and number 13, El Soledo. And I'll chuck in Frankie Pino just for you, Daggy. And in the last leg, I'm going number 10, Charlton Lane, number 2, Bel Air, and number 8, Hennessy Lad.
Fantastic. Your best in value.
My best bet, where was that? Where was I, Daggy?
Bendigo.
Comes up in race 6, number 7, Garza Blanca, just for you.
Yep.
And my value bet comes up in race 4, number 2, Tommy.
I got dragged into it, but I think race 8, number 8, Rolling High is my best. And race 4, number 1, Let's Be Frank Baby. Maybe some value to be had between the two of us in that race. What's happening in Queensland? Are we heading towards this carnival yet? Any good horses up there?
Yes, we are. Got a few up there for you, mates. Race 2, number 1, Ichiban. I think it can be really hard to beat. I think we'll be getting the cash in race 4, number 3, Chinny Boom. I think that's going to be super hard to beat. And then getting back into later in the day, the unbeaten race 7, number 10, Torabella. I think we can get a winner up there. And then in the next race after that, I think race 8, number 7, Aranti can run well after some mixed form.
Morphettville, we're heading towards their little carnival as well. Race 4, number 8, Ostmar, is going really well and can win again there. Takes on Gumdrops. And race 6, number 1, Air Assault. Hard to beat there. Molly Nickers is also heading over there, but I've had a gutful of her. That's it. Thanks,
I'm going to back it now.
Yeah, good. Good. I'll back Quick Star. All right, let's wrap it up. Thank you, Beaver. You know it's time, don't you? It's a moral tomorrow. But anyway, I wish everyone who's investing well, as Beaver's frozen with his grimace on. Check out the channel, subscribe as we're doing whatever we do here. We're on Spotify as well. Leave us some comments and feedback. And we'll talk soon. Bye.